Right, we are at Willow Lake on the Hampshire-Surrey border, and I'm gagging to get my rods out. There's some scaly bangers in this lake, and it's about 10 acres, 400 fishing now. Travelled down from Kent this morning. It's a lake I haven't fished for about 25 years. Had a bit of a quick walk round, spoke to the bailiff, got a ticket, and we're raring to go of where the bailiff's put us on, where the fish have been coming out, and we're going to concentrate on cold water carping because it's bloody freezing. And I'm going to show you the tactics, what I go through, and to try and catch, not one, but probably a couple of these cold water scaly bangers. Right, without further ado, let's crack on, get set up, get the rods out. Stay over there. It's chilly. Right, to celebrate winter, to celebrate this video, I'm going to give you the chance somewhere in this video to win some Avid tackle, so make sure you keep watching. Right, any time of year, location of carp is paramount, but especially in the winter time. So that's why I've chosen swim number 5. We're central of the lake. A lot of the times in winter I find I go to lakes, hard lakes, difficult lakes, dating lakes, fish tend to migrate to the middle, shoal up. That's why I was thinking like middle of a diddle. Then I've spoken to the bailiff as well, the owner in the shop. This area, these couple of swims have been doing fish recently. So that's another reason why I'm sort of choosing this area. Also, when we turned up, there's a guy fishing to the right, there's a guy fishing just down here, there's a couple of other anglers over there, and they're sort of encroaching in a little bit. So if I was a carp, I'd be on the back of this bit of wind where there's no one fishing, where the fish have been coming from, hence why I've chosen swim number 5 on this bank. So I'm going to get singles out first of all. I'm going to put 2 bright ones out there, trying to pick them out there. 17 wraps. Bailiff has told me that's the sort of area you want to be, towards the bridge out there. So never ignore what the bailiff tells you as a starting gambit. A couple of bright ones, then I'm going to type a zig and I'm going to bang that out there. We're about 10 minutes before midday. We've got about 5 hours before dark, so we're going to try and nick a bite early, watch, listen, and see what's going on, and then we may change what we do before dark. Okay, final rod, just about to ping it out. Stuck a zig to the right, stuck a fluoro pink on the middle one, and I'm sticking a white pop-up, tiny little 12 miller on the left-hand rod. All 3 I'm going to be roving around until we get a bite, but this is my last one out. I'll spread them out, and all we can do now is get it out and see what happens. Right, a bit of a slow afternoon. Not a lot's been happening, apart from me frantically thrashing the water to a foam, casting the rods around, casting the zig around all over the place, and haven't seen anything. It's been flat calm, freezing cold, and nothing's making me want to move over there or adjust anything, so I'm going to stick with the 2 pop-ups on the bottom, the 2 fluoro ones. I'm going to stick with that presentation, stick with the zig as well, I'm going to reposition the zig. A guy's gone who was next door. The only little bit of bubbling that I have seen that wasn't a duck has been over there. So I'm going to put the zig over there for the night. I'm going to stick with the 2 spots. The spot I found for the middle rod, 17 wraps out there, cast it out. Lovely little donk. Even on mono at that distance, I can feel the donk. It's definitely a spot I'm really happy with. So I think, if anything, it's been so quiet, we're going to have nighttime bites. I've got a feeling it's not going to drop much more, the temperature, maybe a degree or 2, but I think the fish are going to come out where it's so clear as well and shallow. I think nighttime could be the time that we capitalise on messing about, finding these spots and these areas and that. So I'm going to refresh the baits up, get them out there, get the zig out there, sit on my hands, a cup of tea, a bit of dinner, chat with the cameraman, and then we'll see how the evening and the night time progresses. While I was doing rods, I thought I'd just go through the Avid quick change leg clip and why I use it, especially this time of year. Now, it's really easy to use. You just tie your main line, whether you use braid, monofilament or fluorocarbon, you just tie it on rather than a thread through the tube, all that sort of stuff. It's easy. You can easily change your lead size. So in other words, if I need to cast 150 yards, I'll put a 5-ounce lead on. If I need to cast 20 yards, I'll put a 2-ounce lead on. And the most important bit to me also is I can change, with a quick change there, I can change my hook link to suit what I'm fishing. So if I'm fishing a zig and I think, oh, I want to change over to a bottom bait, boom, I'll just take that off, take the sleeve off, put on a new hook link, cast it out to the area I've seen a fish. It's that easy, and that's why I use the quick change leg clip from Avid. Well, that's the rod set. Remember what I said earlier on in the video. I'm going to give you the chance to win some Avid Carp tackle. Well, you've got the chance to win a set of the brand new Avid Revolve bobbins. All you have to do is to put down the colour of the Revolve bobbins you'd like to win in the comments down below, like the video and be a subscriber to the Avid Carp channel. Right, on to the session. Not a lot's happened today, been very, very quiet. I messed about putting the rods everywhere, but we finally managed to get those rods out, and I'm happy and I still feel confident, because if nothing's happened during the day, it could be that something's going to happen tonight. So fingers crossed, just starting to rain. I'm going to get the kettle on, I'm going to make me dinner, and we're going to see if we can show you a nice scaly banger in the middle of the night. Well, it's almost dark and I see a fish show out there, and I was debating, should I put the rod on it, should I put the rod on it after I put it down to the right. I pinged it out there on the fish and it's bloody gone, doesn't it? The zig has gone. How about that? Unbelievable, isn't it? Just shows you, this time of year, got to move them around, you see anything, you've got to get on it. Like we said, nothing's happening all day, and then suddenly, just getting on dark, we could have the bobbin starting to move around. Of course, it's really shaking its head, to be fair. Little 3-4 foot zig. Putting up a nice fight anyway. Well, it's nice to get it off the mark, isn't it? And we've got to get it in yet though, so I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, we thought, I thought I'd kick the rod, to be fair. We both looked at it, didn't we? I thought, is that a bite? Is that not a bite? And it just dropped down a little bit, and we thought, yeah, definitely a bite that. Yeah, leg clip has done its trick. Pinged off on that quick change clip. It's what you want. You can cut it down or just put it on a little bit. It's what you want. You want that leg coming off straight away, and that's what's happened here on the bite. That's why it went up and down a little bit. Look at that. Oh. Little common. The benefit of that extra long net. Happy days. Yes, right on dark. Little zig has done its business. Woo! What a great start. Mid-double. Happy bloody days. Well, how's about that? A nice Willow Fisheries common. 17, 18 pound. blown away to actually get one. So cold today. That wind just shows you that you need to be aware all the time of what's going on around you. Half an hour before dark, you know, it's getting dusk. Most people would have succumbed to it and thought, right, something might happen in the night. But I see that fish show, and I've reeled in the zig from the right, and I banged it right on top of where this fish showed. I'm not saying it was this fish, but in the winter time, they're very, very together in a little circle in that little area. So yeah, made up with that. Just pay attention, and even now, a couple of hours in the dark, well, half an hour in the dark, I should be staying up tonight listening to where the fish are to see if we can grab one off the bottom. Might even have a recast in the middle of the night. So it's not all about banging them out there, sitting back, having a few beers, going to sleep when it's dark. You've got to work the swim. This time of year, night bites. There you go, lovely comment from Willow. Let's get her back. Right, let's let her go back to her cold, watery home. Nice common. First of a few, I think. Look at that, beautiful fish. Thank you very much, darling. On your way. Beautiful. Oh, right, made a nice brew, sat on my new benchmark chair. Right, little update, little morning update. Quite surprised nothing happened last night. I was really expecting, after catching that lovely common just after dark, that we was gonna see a few jump in and we was gonna get a few bites, but I stayed up quite late, see the odd fish, but it really just went quiet again. Might have been me recasting onto them. Not really too sure, but the plan for today is a bit like yesterday. Not a lot's gonna happen, I don't think. We're gonna have a bit of a recast around, spread the rods out, maybe tie up a couple more zigs rather than bottom baits type of thing, and yeah, just try and bore one out really, because I think tonight on dusk is gonna be our chance again. Wherever we see one on the lake, we're gonna ping out 3 zigs maybe tonight. I'm still a bit undecided. I may stay on a couple of the spots, but I think with the activity we did see, they're up in the water. Plus I think it's a full moon, pressure's high. I think I'd be mad not to even consider putting all 3 on zigs, especially as we just had one last night. So that's the plan for today. I'm gonna finish my coffee, I'm gonna relax and enjoy my benchmark seat, and yeah, see what materialises for the day. Well, what a turn up for the books. We're just sitting there. I was having a bit of avocado, keeping healthy, and the middle rod does a 1 toner. I've been out there all since yesterday, and like I said earlier on, I thought nothing's happening with that, nothing's happening during the day. Very, very quiet, and it rips off. Thinking about changing all 3 open zigs. Now that just throws a conundrum into it now, doesn't it? That always gets away from that tree. What to do? I had 1 bite on a zig, 1 bite off the bottom. That was on a little pink pop-up. Oh man, let's get it away from that tree. We'll get this in yet. Out of the blue, real shock bite that. I tell you, a real shock bite. But long may continue. Although we did see one show down there, didn't we? We did see one show, that area. Oh, just seen a glimpse of it. Looks like it could be a scaly one. That's the beauty of being able to play them off the clutch. Such a lovely clutch. They take a little bit, you can just let them go. Look at that. Let it go a little bit, yeah? Well, luckily we had the cameraman on hand. It took out the other rods on the bite. Still going mental. Come on. He's been upside down, he's been I'm watching him in the water. He's turning upside down. He don't want to come in, this boy, I tell you. He really don't want to come in. Come on. Go on, boy. Yes. Oh, yeah. Happy days. A nice mirror this time. Oh, made up with that. Made up out of the blue. Right. Now, just had a random bite out of the blue. Fish is in there. We're just about to do the photographs. But Stephen's on at me like, get the rod out, get the rod out, get the rod out. And then normally in my normal fishing, when I'm fishing other lakes, I'll be like, I'll just take my time, savour the moment. You know, it might be the only bite you get. But because we're on a winter, freezing cold, we've got to try and maximise as much as possible. So I'm going to get the rods out. The fish ain't going anywhere. In fact, it's probably doing it the world of good. A little bit of chill out before we hoist her up, you know, a bit of relaxation. Get these rods out. You never know, we might nick a bite. It could be the difference between 1 or 2 fish and 5 fish. So I'm going to get this out. Then we're going to show you this beautiful mirror. How about that for Willow Fisheries winter mirror? Scaly, well, a few scales on there. Nice and dark though. Typical of this time of year, if you catch one, really, really dark coloured. And I'm absolutely made up with this, I'll tell you. Buzzing with it, in fact, because it was really out of the blue, as I said. When I was playing the fish, we just had a bit of lunch and we was not really doing a lot, going to do a bit of work, and this turns up. That rod had been out there all night, hadn't rechucked this one. This one had been out on the money, on that 17 wrap spot, straight in front of the bridge out there. And yeah, I'm absolutely made up with this. Just shows you've got to keep peeled, you've got to recast rods, but you have got to leave rods where you think you're going to get a bite, the confidence as well. So yeah, I've got the rods back out again. You know what, I reckon we've got another chance yet, before we have to go tomorrow, of getting another one. Happy bloody days, as I always say, but yeah, I'm made up. 4 degrees, I'll take this all day long. So I thought I'd just go through my 2 presentations that I've been using that have been successful for me on this trip. Zigs, really prevalent when it's freezing cold. If you're not getting them bottom, you'll get them on the zigs. Vice versa, if you're not getting them on the top, you'll get them on the bottom, and you'll get them bottom and top as well. So zig, to me, I like to fish a 2 or 3 foot zig about mid-water, and then you can move it up and down as you want. Thick zig, nice size, 6 wide gape. Now, wide gape I normally use for my boilie fishing, but I also use it for my zig fishing as well. Nice little black zigger liner. Black or red zigger liner I use. In this case, this one's a black one. Bit of red foam. I use a black or a bit of red foam in the winter time. Those 2 colours have really done well for me. No other colour, really. I've caught the odd one on yellow, but my mainstay is either black or red zigger liner and either a black or red foam. You can mess around, swap them around, you know, depending on what you want to do. You know, mix and match it up. You can have half black, half red, whatever, but that is my general hook and zigger liner pattern. Then I have, as I say, about 3 or 4 foot of zig line. This is the outline zig and floater line. This is the 10-pound version. Nice and supple, just strong enough as well, a real strong bit of line, but also the fish can't see it as well because it's quite a thin diameter. I think this is a 0.30, something like that, even less than that. But yeah, so that is my sort of zig setup. Now, my single hook bait cold water setup is a Ronnie, believe it or not. Never used to really like Ronnies, but tell you what, they've caught so many fish over the years, and also they're a perfect hook to use in the winter time. It's the rig that I only use in the winter time, the Ronnie. I don't use it any other time of year, just in the winter time. So I'm just going to run this through the makeup, the components of this as well. This is about a 8 to 10 inch, 40 pound fluorocarbon hook link that we do, the outline fluorocarbon hook link in a 40 pound. Semi-stiff, I quite like the stiffness of it. Casts really well, really anti-tangle. And then I've got a size 6 curve shank, Amarok curve shank hook, barbless. Also one of our little Ronnie swivels there, and a bit of 1.6 of our shrink tubing on there, shrunk down. Nice angle, if you can see it there, the angle, it's quite aggressive. I find if they pick that up, they're, you know, they ain't getting away with it. That with a little ring swivel on there, hook ring swivel, and a small little 10mm, 8-10mm Trent baits, Dansome Cream, pink. The colour is the main thing, is the pink. Get a bait that you're confident with. Pink I've found, or white in the winter time, seems to work very, very well. As I say, the main thing is anti-tangle, resets itself. If that goes in the mouth, that's not coming out, hence why we've had one today on that, and we've had one on the Zig. So there you go, quick, I've just run through it really, really quick, but they're the two main setups that I use in the winter time, and the good thing is both of them have worked on this session. Give them both a go. Redone the rods for the night. 17 wraps on that hard spot out towards the bridge on the far bank, off the bottom. Just shows you, it was looking nice, it was looking good out there, I've got to admit. And I'm pretty sure we did see another one out there, didn't we? So I'm made up with this. This is turning into a proper good session, isn't it? When we least expected it to be any good, turning into a really good one, isn't it? Again, little pink 10mm pop up, doing the business. Single up bait, no feed, no bait, nothing out there. It doesn't feel very big, this one, to be fair. I think it's one of the little stockies. So it's gonna, whoa, 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 God, dived into the net like a crazy thing. Yeah, it's not the biggest, but it's another bite, isn't it? I think we're probably gonna let this one go. What do you reckon? I think so. Well, that's us. We've had a great 48 hours. Bit of a quiet night, really surprised. Really thought we was going to pick one up last night or this morning, but we've had a good time. We had 3 fish, that tiny little scaly banger, nice common to start on a Zig, and then we had that one, that mirror on a pop-up as well. So 2 on the pop-ups and 1 on the Zig. Just shows you, you don't have to put out loads of bait, no matter what time of year it is. Just look for where the fish are. When we saw fish moving and showing was when within an hour we had a bite. We recast the Zig, you know, we was a little bit active with how we was fishing. We got the best out of it. The water temperature was down to 4.1 degrees. We was really going to be up against it, so I'm really happy with down here at Willow Fisheries. We've had a really good time. Can't wait to get back. If you like the video, please like it, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the Avid Carp YouTube channel, and I'll see you for the next video.